Well, weeks 1, 2, and 3 weren't exactly overwhelming successes. Is week 4 going to be any better? This is my Valencia Marathon training vlog. Week 4, welcome to PKSRUNS. Hey, welcome back everybody. It is great to be with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Paul, this is PKSRUNS. I am a 2:45 marathoner, desperately trying to get a redemption story following a total shit show at London earlier this year. I am training for the Valencia Marathon. I have got 8 weeks to go. 8 weeks tomorrow, I can't believe it. And in this video, I'm just going to run you through this week's training and talk about the highs and the lows, how everything went, how I feel like I'm progressing. I would just say, if you want to keep in touch with this journey, do like and subscribe, hit the bell button, etc. Watch this video to the end, that really does help. And do follow me over on Instagram and on Strava at PKSRUNS. And let's just get into this. So firstly, let's just talk a little bit about what I'm actually doing here. What is the plan? The last couple of marathons, I have started off on the Ben Parks training plans and in honesty, gave up on them. I hate being told what to do. I like to just feel my own way. And so this time I'm doing it differently. I'm going on intuition, I'm going on gut. I've been running for long enough to kind of have a feeling of how things should go. Look, am I doing the scientifically best marathon training? Gosh, no, absolutely not. There's no kind of periodization. I have no idea if what I'm doing is optimal or not, but I don't really care. I'm just trying to enjoy the running. I'm trying to have fun. I am working on the theory that I want to have 2 solid workouts during the week, and I want to have 1 long run at the weekend. So far, I have managed that a little bit in week 1 and 2. Week 3, I kind of messed it all up with work and timing. Week 4, fresh week, starting again. I have implemented a new strategy of having a midweek day off, rest day on a Wednesday. And it's now Saturday, I've done my long run. So let's dive into the data and have a little look at this week. At a very top level, I have done 100, let's have a look at this, 100.6 kilometers so far. My target, which is a completely arbitrary number, I would just say, is 110 kilometers. It just feels like a nice number. I'm certainly never going to go like 113 or 114. If I'm going to increase it, it'll be to 120, 30, 40. I don't think I'll get that far, but who cares? It doesn't really matter. So this week I had an easy run on Monday. I had a hill session on Tuesday, a rest day on Wednesday. Thursday I did intervals. Friday was an easy day. And today was a long run with 2 blocks of 5k at marathon pace. So let's have a little look at how we got on, and we will start with our hill training session. Now it's worth just saying actually at this point, Monday and Sunday's run were really hard. I think I recorded last week's video before I got out and did Sunday's run. I was just really tired. I did a half marathon distance and it was just a real struggle. It really was. And Monday morning felt like a struggle. And I'm going to put this down to a little bit of underfueling. I have been on a bit of a weight loss journey. I've been trying to strip some of the excess body fat that I've been carrying and generally wanting to be a leaner, more athletic runner. And that has been fantastic. And I think I have just struggled to get the balance right of how many calories I need to consume once I'm in the training block. And over the weekend, I just don't think I quite got it right. And so I left myself feeling a little bit fatigued. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not starving myself. I'm probably having a minimum of 2,500 calories each day. But I'm trying to figure out how many I really need. It's very hard to estimate really accurately. I'm just having to kind of keep checking in with the weight to see, am I gaining, am I losing? Ideally, I would just maintain my weight, maybe just drop a pound or two. Those will make a difference on race day. So let's get into workout number 1, which was a hill session. I did hang on a minute. Yes, this is the one. Is it the one? It is the one. I went out and I did a reasonable length warm-up, I think 10k, 11k, at a decent pace. And from here, I then did some hill repeats as sprints. So this was, guts or glory. You can see that they are 200 meters, 334 per kilometer, 335, so on and so forth. These are really good. I did 10 lots of those. So I didn't go crazy. I was doing a nice gentle recovery on the way down. So quite a different workout to the one that I did last week. Last week I was doing longer repeats at more of a consistent, manageable speed. These were, when I got to the top, I was absolutely gassed and then run down and then do it again. Really happy with that. When we look at the average heart rates, again, these aren't too bad. I was peaking, I think, in the 160s, but generally speaking, I'm really happy with this. You can see here that actually most of those laps are under marathon pace. 347 is marathon pace. Most of these are in the 340s. So yeah, that felt really good considering how shit my legs had felt on Monday and Sunday. On Tuesday, I did not expect to, feel like I was going to be able to do it. I was thinking on Monday, like, oh crap, how am I going to do this session? I did eat like a horse, I think, as I actually said in the description. And yeah, that really made a world of difference. So then Tuesday, another easy run. Tuesday night, or Tuesday evening rather, I had a sports massage. Going to be doing those monthly over the next 2 months, just to kind of keep the legs ticking over nicely. I think that's a really important part of the training process. I would go up more often if I could afford to. It's expensive, so not going to be doing that overly regularly. On Wednesday, obviously had a rest day. I was in the gym on Wednesday, kind of took it relatively easy. I may as well have not been there if I'm honest, but was there, showed up, and then travelled to London for an event on Wednesday night and got out into Hyde Park on Thursday morning to do this workout. I remember doing this workout in my last marathon training block and I really enjoyed it. 20 by 400. Last time I did 20 by 400 off 90 seconds rest. This time I thought, do you know what? Tuesday went well. Let's do 20 by 400 off 60 seconds rest. Some of those I did a slow jog, some of them I did a walk, and honestly, this session kicked butt. Let's have a look at the laps. So I did a couple of kilometers as a warm-up. Then here is where the intervals started. So 400 meters, 76 seconds, 78 seconds, 74 seconds, 79 seconds, 76, and on. All of these, bearing in mind, I was aiming for 320 to 328 pace for these. All of these just came out like a dream. And I think just scanning through these, I don't know if there's a single one that I got that was slower than the top target pace. There wasn't. Look, I'll be honest, my pacing is terrible. So was I going too fast on some of these? Yeah, definitely. Does that matter? Not really. For me, it's more about effort than the pace. I think on an interval session, you want to be kind of going, feels like sort of almost max effort, or at least that's what it feels like for me. And if I'm able to give a little bit more, then I'll give a little bit more. So that was super encouraging. And actually, I don't know if we can have a look at here. Best efforts, is there anything exciting here? Yeah, 76 seconds, that was my best 400 meters. a 3:45 kilometre in there. So bearing in mind there's a rest in there, that's under marathon pace, a 6:30 mile, 21:40 5k. So yeah, I mean, honestly, a super duper confidence booster. Gosh, that sounds good, doesn't it? A super duper confidence booster. Really, really happy with that. Heart rate in a good place. So actually the majority of it here in zone 2, bit of zone 3, up into zone 4. Honestly, I don't think we're ever going to see my heart rate go over 179. I'm 45 years old. I think if I'm going over 179, I'm either dying or there's a malfunction with my heart rate monitor. So that was Thursday. Friday, I had a really just kind of bog average recovery run, I guess. And this morning I got out with a friend, Kaylee, who is a triathlete, and we did 17k together. And let's just get the data up. And then I went off to do my 2x5 sessions. And oh my goodness, this one just went absolutely brilliant. I took on 80 grams of carbs per hour, so that's a solid start. I had 3 Weetabix and a banana and some raspberries for breakfast before I went out, so I was nicely fueled. We had a delicious fish, chips and beans last night for dinner and some Maltesers for pudding, but you don't care about that, you care about the data. So you can see here we had a gentle first kilometre and then kept it pretty steady, and then things picked up here, got a little bit spicy for this first 5k, and then a little bit of a rest, and then the second 5k. I'll actually go across to Garmin in a moment so that we can look at those in a little bit more detail. There's a couple of things to point out. Firstly, I got a KOM. I think it's King of the Mountain. Anyway, essentially what that means is I'm the top dog. PKSRUNS, there I am at the top, 3:44 per kilometre for 20 minutes and 32. So the distance of that segment is 5.5 kilometres, so that's super good. You can see that I was working for it. No, actually you can't see that I was working for it. You're just going to have to believe I was working for it. I've said that many times now. Let's have a look at some analysis graphs of the run. Okay, that's rubbish, isn't it? Let's have a look at the best efforts in there and see how they look. A 1:24 400 meters, fastest kilometer 3:35. Looking at my board, 3:35 is a 2:31 marathon pace. Nowhere near getting anywhere near that. I ran an 18:12 5k. I ran a 39-minute 10k, a 1:26 half marathon. Actually, that's a surprise. I was thinking about this on the way around, actually. I was thinking, I wonder how long I had taken to do a half marathon. I kind of thought, I wonder if it would be around 1:30. So 1:26.35, average heart rate 152 is super good. 30k in 2:07. Let's go across to Garmin Connect, because then I can actually look at the actual workout itself. You can see here a whole load of data. I absolutely love data. I'm not going to talk you through all of this, but you can see my heart rate here. Peaks around 166. This first one was a little bit faster than the second one. These are the two 5k efforts. Let's go down to the actual session. So we did 16 kilometers initially at an average pace of 4:34. I then picked up for 2 kilometers down to 4:02. Then I did my first 5k here. That was 18 minutes and 11 seconds. You can see the splits there, actually pretty decent. Max heart rate, up to 170. I then had a little bit of a recovery for 2 kilometers, average pace 4:47. I then did my second 5k, which was 18:54. Average heart rate around the 160s. I was tiring by then, but that was the actual target pace. So I absolutely nailed it. I was aiming for 3:47. That is 2:40 marathon pace. I mean, what to say? I feel really buoyant. I feel super encouraged. I feel like I've hit a decent week, and that's given me so much confidence, honestly. So looking back to the London training block, it felt like every session I did, I was either fighting to get anywhere close to the targets, or I was actually just failing, like stopping workouts halfway through. This just feels different. It really does. I really, really am feeling stronger than I have done in a very, very long time. I don't want to say, 240 is on the table, but I think 240 is on the table. I think I've got to go for it. I've got 8 more weeks. I am going to continue ramping it up. I'm going to continue just focusing on raw speed, if I'm honest. Endurance is never my issue. I think I could run all day if I needed to. Raw speed is the thing to do. So this coming week, I don't know what we'll do. I don't know, maybe some long hill repeats, maybe some longer intervals or a long tempo session. I don't know. I'm just going to keep on working it. I'm going to go with the flow. I've got another 9 kilometers to do this week, which I may try and get done later so that I can have a complete rest day tomorrow. I think the reality is I've got to find a way to increase my mileage without sacrificing rest. So there's certainly going to need to be some double run days over the next few weeks. I think I'll have a deload week at some point and allow some of the training just to absorb. Like I said, I've got no freaking idea what I'm doing. I'm doing this on instinct. But I've never actually had a training block where I've done this. I've probably never done this many workouts, if I'm honest. So things are really, really progressing well. Just got to keep fingers crossed that we can stay injury free, and we'll see where we go from here. So guys, that is the end of week 4. You can see that I've updated my office a little bit, brought down some of the shoes. Actually, in the top right over there, I've got my Alpha Flies that I am using in training, and then I've got a whole load of archived shoes. I thought they were sitting on a shelf in the garage. They may as well sit on a shelf in here and look pretty and at least make it look like I know what I'm doing. So guys, please do leave me a comment. Let me know how you're getting on with your training. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram and on Strava. And I will see you at the end of week 5. Thank you so much for watching.